chapters in that book. It's one of the most controversial books in the Bible, but it's also one of the most thrilling and interesting books in the Bible. And you read it from one end to the other, and it's filled with excitement, but it's also filled with the gospel. He was looking forward to the gospel when Christ would come and would die on the cross and spend 3 days and 3 nights in the grave and be raised from the dead. We were in Florida just after Andrew came in. We went down to South Bay. We conducted a service. It was called a Service of Hope for the people there. Jesse Jackson was there. He came and sat on the platform and led a prayer. The governor of the state had invited us. And we saw a devastation such as we've never seen anywhere. I don't think Hiroshima or Nagasaki in Japan suffered anything worse than what you see today in South Florida. But it seems that so many storms and hurricanes are coming up this year, and others are being formed in other places. Then we read about Guam, and then the storm that hit France and Great Britain just 3 or 4 days ago that did such devastation in southern France. And here, these Pharisees and Sadducees and religious leaders are listening to Jesus, and they ask him for a sign. They said, Lord, give us a sign. What kind of a sign will you give us to show that you're really the Son of God? You do these miracles, but give us a real sign. And Jesus said, you are an evil and adulterous generation, and you're seeking for a sign. You want some big show to prove that I am the Son of God. But the only sign you're going to get, you'll get in reading the book of Jonah. Years ago, a front page story in a newspaper said that a 2-ton shark had been lassoed by an Australian. That probably was Crocodile Dundee. And also in Australia, a man was stalked by a killer crocodile who caught the man and coughed him up in 8 pieces. We made a motion picture in Australia once called The Shadow of the Boomerang. And there was a beautiful young woman that was the star of that picture. And after we left, she went swimming with her boyfriend down on one of the beaches. And she was in about 3 or 4 feet of water just waiting. And a shark came and took off her leg. And before they could get any help to her, she had died. Now this has been called the fish story. But it's more than that. It's a true story. It's the story that Jesus himself refers to. He attested to it. There are 300 different kinds of sharks alone. But the Bible does not say that Jonah was swallowed by a whale. It says that Jonah was saved, not destroyed, by a big fish. And I believe it because the Bible has it and Jesus authenticated it. With all the things that are happening in the biological world today, people have much less difficulty crediting the facts of this story than they did 50 years ago.